morning, dear hearts. We are on lesson 67. Please subscribe. Love created me like itself. Of course, we know God is love, so we can say God created me like himself. Today's idea is one of the ideas to try to help us to get past this idea of this small self, little s image that we have of who we are. To say that God or love created me like itself is far more expansive than the way we generally will think of ourselves. And this lesson comes initially by telling us, well, this is why you are the light of the world, because you were created by love. Love and light are one. God and love and light are one. So you are the light of the world, and you are here to help with the salvation, the freedom of this world. This is how we will get past the limited viewpoint of this world so that we can be more expansive and come to truly know who we are, which again, this lesson addresses, as many others have and many more will. The practicing for today is, to think of, as it says, relevant thoughts about how we must be if love indeed created us like itself, or God did. That holiness created me holy. What aspects, what thoughts do we have that we would say are how God is or how love is? Love is holy. God is holy. Created me holy. Kindness. Love is kind. God is kind. So kindness created me kind. Helpful. God is helpful. Love is helpful. So I am helpful because helpfulness created me helpful. Remember, all of these are saying created, not made. Perfection created me perfect, and I will always add that wholeness created me whole, because that is in truth who we are. So today's lesson is saying is trying to undo your definition of God, and replace it with his own. So not how we have been taught and instructed through religions, and as some would say, brainwashing or domestication, to think of God, but to think of God and to see God as he sees himself in this expansive viewpoint. Love is expansive and love is creation, and both must continue to fulfill their function of creating by expanding. There is never a stagnant, contained moment in creation. It is consistently and constantly expanding. So now this lesson says, if love created you like itself, this self must be you. And I love this, and somewhere in your mind, it is there. It is there for you to find. And we've had many other lessons. We'll have more that will have that thought, but not necessarily in a place that you're currently aware. We're coming into, the idea is for us to come into awareness of what we are. And it says that, yet perhaps you will succeed in going past all the little thoughts, which is why we repeat this lesson and these ideas, these adjectives, for many, many, many times today, at least 4 or 5 times per hour. And perhaps that we will succeed in going past the smallness, that the limited viewpoint that we currently perhaps have of ourselves, and through the interval of thoughtfulness to the awareness, I love this, of a blazing light in which you recognize yourself as love created you. A blazing light. We are so expansive. We are so bright. We are the light of the world. And in that blazing awareness, we come to realize that. The lesson again is the practicing the 10 to 15 minutes is still happening, morning and evening, and then this specific time, but then at least 4 to 5 times during every hour to go through these holiness created me holy, or whatever adjectives that fit for you, whatever characteristics that you can reconcile in your mind as it currently is of what God is or what love is. And then it says to realize that this voice that we will hear in doing these, this is not your tiny solitary voice. This is the voice for God, reminding you of your Father and of yourself, that big S self, that true self, the one that we are working to link to remember, to rejoin the truth of who and what we are, because within us we know it. We've simply forgotten. So the repetitions of these ideas are very helpful to help us to reverse the thought system that has been set up by the ego, but which is not true. So that's it for the day. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment, please be here tomorrow. Namaste.